Yun, live na.
Yep.
Yes, hi guys, we're live. Let's go. Right, to those of you who are watching, guys, please share this on your wall. Yes, hi guys, we're live. Guys, those of you who are watching this is the first time that we did this.
Hindi pa na kami audio set.
Super excited. Super excited to have this conversation.
Yan.
William Jones, founder of Full Forge. You guys, super excited. But I want you to share this on your wall. Please comment, like, share, and I'm gonna be sharing it in my my communities as well.
So hey guys, I am super excited to be live. I haven't been live in a while, and I am here with my mentor. I know y'all hear me talk about him all the time, the Pinoy Tony Robbins of the Philippines, Mr. MJ Lopez.
Yes.
And not only, you know, mentor, but also partner and friend. And I never dreamed of it. Me and my wife were talking about the other day, never dreamed that we would actually be sitting here. It was just a dream just to actually be in his power talks. I remember just trying to get around a loss and get into and get around him. And now he's in the office, mentoring the team, mentoring us, and very close to us in more ways than one. I remember we became his first platinum platinum members, and then became his first platinum partners. And it's been a wild ride, and it's a super privilege and super honor. And super grateful. So, but I don't even know what we're going to be talking about today. Honestly, it's not planned. Even Rowena was like, "What are y'all going to talk about?" I said, "I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens."
Yeah. So how are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, super excited because I always say to people that everything good starts with a yes, right?
Yeah.
And I know that you know already that I'm preparing for lead as well. And it's going to be a hard preparation for me. And I remember last night we were having dinner with Jeff right there. We had conversations. We talk about goals, dreams, about a lot of things. And I want to dive into that later.
Yeah.
But I remember last night, I was supposed to like go back to Laguna.
Yeah.
And you went downstairs and like, Wang told me maybe we can go live. It's like, shit, okay, let's do it, right? Because everything good starts with a yes.
Yes.
So talking about that yes, because I think a lot of people can relate to this, especially entrepreneurs who had been following your post and page. And guys, I'm here to tell you, William Jones will soon create massive value, create content, go live again almost every day.
Yeah. Every day.
Yeah. And I want you guys to be prepared for that, because it's going to be sharing massive value with you. We are already planning about it. But talking about success, diving into yes, especially as an entrepreneur, also as a foreigner here in the Philippines. I know that a lot of people had been scammed, had been making mistakes, had been facing challenges and struggles because of the yes before. So let's dive into that. What are the major experiences that you had that can literally push you to say no to a lot of things?
So I actually, the other day, what was funny is I remember we were talking last night, in fact, at the dinner table. One of the things I said is, never say I won't ever do something, because God has a way of saying, oh, really?
Yeah.
Really, you won't do that? Because I remember you've been through a lot of hurt and pain and stuff just like us. And me and Wing had both said, my wife had said, we'll never, ever, ever partner with anybody, ever. It's not going to happen. And yet here we are.
Yeah, exactly.
So the thing is, it's like I'd been through, you know, the hurt, if you will, really came from when I came to the Philippines the first time. Long story short, I never told my bank, hey, by the way, I'm going to another country. I'd never been to another country on my own, and I didn't tell the bank, hey, I'm going to another country. So when I got to the Philippines, they froze my bank account.
Oh, okay.
So I had no money on me. I had probably, I think, 600 pesos altogether on me. And I remember sitting there on the bench, and the guy was like, the guy came up and said, you know, my mom's freaking out. I got your Wi-Fi because that's the only way I could call her. And she said, what are you going to do? And my mom's a Christian, and I just told her, I said, I'm going to trust God, just like you told me. And I sat there on the bench, and the guy came and he said, do you need a ride? And I said, yes. However, I have no money. And he said, what country are you from? And I told him the United States. He said, oh, you have money. I told him, I said, seriously, I have like 600 pesos. That's it. He told me, he said, give it to the driver. I gave it to the driver. He took me to his Sorry or Canteen store, and it had a couch and an aircon. I'd been traveling for about 30-something hours, and he allowed me to sleep. And then he gave me Wi-Fi, and so I could connect to my friend who could then send me PayPal money, and that took about 2 days. But during that time, then he put me in a hotel room. He gave me food. He checked on me every single day.
Wow.
So to have that kind of
Wow.
hospitality and servitude and just service from somebody that didn't know me meant a lot to me. And so that was my first experience with Filipinos. So then fast forward, and then me and my wife started a business.
But that was hard.
Yeah.
That was risky because in the Philippines, when people see white dude, it's like
automatic money.
Two things, you know, money and green card.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
So let's continue.
So, you know, and then this goes into the bad side of me used to be is like, and then when I got my money, the very first thing I did, I went to the casino.
Oh.
Wing, my wife, she's like, she was so mad at me. But this is back when I played all the time, and I would just take chances and gamble. And I don't play anymore. That's part of just being around you. It wasn't that you tell people all the time. It wasn't that you told me not to. Even in our religion, it tells us not to. But I still did it, and Wing allowed me to do it. But then I remember you told me one time, you just like, I don't play because it's a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's afterwards. I said, I'm just not going to go because it's a waste of time. It wasn't even that you told me don't do it. You're bad if you do it, or anything like that. It was just something made me think about. It's like I'm sitting here playing with these people, but you know, nevertheless, so then I went to Pagadian, met her family and everything. And I remember we were staying in the hotel room. Her mom and them didn't really want me at the house because the house is a hollow block house. It's like in the province, in the real province. And this is back when we had no money and everything else. And then fast forward many years later, we start a business and we start getting money. First million that I ever earned, first $20,000 I ever earned was in a weekend when I started doing affiliate marketing.
Okay.
With my friend Chase Rayner.
Okay, so I want to dive into the story before we move on to the business side.
Yeah.
Because I want people to understand how hard it is. Because you know, you've been in the Philippines, you know how it goes here. But there are people, especially your audience, maybe white people as well, white guys, white dudes, who doesn't know how hard it is to be here in the Philippines. Because when you look at it from a perspective, right? When you have the money, it's good to be here because a lot of things are cheaper, you know. But the thing is, when you are building a business here, it's harder because the employees that you could have a different set of mindset, belief,
totally mindset,
culture, and all that.
Work ethic, everything.
Exactly. So I want to dive into you living in the Philippines without that much money. How does it?
So when we came here, on top of it, so I have people say, "Well, why did you move to the Philippines?" It wasn't. We had planned it eventually, hopefully retire. But then I lost, at that time, I was living in West Virginia. I had about 7 clients, 2 of which made up about $7,000 a month. So 350,000 peso a month out the door in 1 week. And then I fell into depression. I remember, just real sad, crying all the time.
Yeah.
Didn't know what to do. I have, my Filipino wife. I have 3 kids. You got bills. At the time, I had a Humvee, my Hummer.
Yeah.
I had my Chrysler 300. I had my
Wow.
truck, and I had a 2-bedroom house with my own jacuzzi, my own floor downstairs.
Mhm.
I mean, I loved the house. I loved my
Wow.
life. And then it all went to hell in a handbasket. And so my option was, do I call my mom and move back in with them? They're in their 60s. Or do we move to the Philippines? And so we packed up about 60 balikbayan boxes.
Oh, I remember the story. Yeah.
Shipped it all. But then we also packed up suitcases. And I only had about $2,000 in cash. Basically about $3,000. Then when we got to the airport, we had to pay them about another $1,000 because we had overage.
Yeah.
And then once we got here, we had about $2,000 cash. And then I didn't know about, hey, well, you should get it all changed in Manila. Because once you get the province, they're very picky about the dollar bills.
Oh.
Is it wrinkled? Is it folded? Is it torn? And so every time we went to the money changer to change our money, they wouldn't even change it. And I had a friend at the time, which wound up later in life scamming me and doing some things, but I gave him the money and he would go handle it and take care of it. And so I trusted him a lot. And then, but most people come here in the Philippines, it's like they're retiring and they're coming here. I told my son all the time, I said, it's generally an older gentleman and he's coming here to find about an 18 to 20-something-year-old Filipina.
Yeah.
And I told him jokingly, I said, son, it's not really about love. It's just he wants to die happy. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
And she'll be set for life. But the thing is, we came here exact opposites, like no money. When I tell people, when did I have the most peace in the Philippines? When I had no money.
Oh.
Because when we had no money and then we lived in the province, just imagine the canopy, you sit there swinging the canopy in between the coconut trees with the carabao, and on the farm, and on our farm we had sheep, not sheep, but goats and chickens and cows and the garden, and there was no drama and there was no scamming and there was no
I get it.
usury and stuff like that.
So when it comes to, let's dive into the business. So it's like it was hard, 2,000 pesos and all that, but you got what we call peace. Right?
Yeah.
So there should be a balance now. I want to know where you're coming from. So you had peace. It's like when I didn't have the money, I had peace. When I have the money, there's a lot of chaos.
And so that kind of comes into what you've told me before. Is like when I started recognizing patterns, it's like, well, Filipino scam me, Filipino scam me, Filipino scam me. But then I also have a second one. So today I actually started day 1 of Success Blueprint again. And one of the things I wrote down, and I noticed, I said, yeah, I actually do have negative beliefs about money, which was when I didn't have money, I didn't get scammed.
Oh, yeah, there's no risk in losing the money because I
you
didn't
don't
have
it. And I told him, I said, well, I didn't get scammed before because you didn't have no money.
Exactly.
You didn't have nothing to take. You'd have no reason for people to scam you and use you.
Okay.
So that was one of the things I realized today when I was writing down negative beliefs about money. That was one of the things, going back through it again, probably the 7th time. But
yeah, so this is Success Blueprint, guys. If you want to see, this is a work pad that I gave the whole team. The whole team is taking this course, by the way. Soon we're gonna make this full English by William's request. But anyway, so you've made your first 20K, and then what happened?
So that was the first time I really
How does it feel?
So I never made that kind of money. I remember in the weekend, it was like, I remember because we had to get visa and stuff like that. It's like, we barely had like 150,000 peso in the bank. And I remember the first time we had like 600,000. And then when it kept going up, and then whenever it first hit the first 20,000, I was like, my mind was just like, oh my, shit, I couldn't believe it. And then around the same time, I also started a community online teaching people SEO. And it said, oh, people actually pay to learn SEO because business owners want to know it. And I had 100 or so people that were paying every month for that. And then the third leg or third thing I also was doing, I also did a partnership back then for it's called Rank and Rent SEO, and they would pay $20,000. So I had 20 or 10, it's 10,000. That's what it was. And I remember the first person I ever had, his name's Matt. He paid me $10,000. And I remember having to deal with a bank. It's Mr. Jones, Security Bank, saying, why are you receiving this kind of money? They wanted proof and invoices. So me and Wing had to do all that. And that was around the first time, too, where we really started seeing it really take off. And that was all right before pandemic. This was right during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So I tell people all the time, it's like COVID was a curse for a lot of people, but it was a blessing for me. Because during that time is when I used to go live 7 days a week, multiple times a day, content, offers. And then what happened with me was eventually I stopped going live because I kept dealing with haters. I kept dealing with people coming at you and saying you should go kill yourself or go do this and all that. So I figured stop going live and people will leave you alone.
Oh, okay.
And so the reason why I stopped going live and giving as much value and trying to help people in the community and stuff was thinking people eventually leave you alone. So now I realize I said, no, people will not leave you alone.
Exactly.
So just go live. I told someone today, I said, people are going to talk about you whether you do this or not. So might as well do what you want, go live and, start teaching people and creating value. And so that's where we're at today. Even today, with your guidance and stuff, it was very interesting watching your thoughts. Like I had the spreadsheet with the content and I was seeing you do it. I told Rowena, I said, MJ's really fucking good at what he does. I said, they're watching the questions. I was like, I said, so you're putting the questions in there. I said, to get the engagement and stuff. So, but then we had all of the content for the next 30 days, different things scheduled out. Now we're going to start doing reels and going live and all that. So
love that. Amazing. So let's dive into the beliefs because again, I believe that number one, the main reason why we want to do this is because number one, we have goals for the business. But more importantly, number two, we both understand that for us to reach that level, it's all about serving people. It's all about creating value. So in this live session, I want to create value. I want to serve your audience as well. I want them to understand, number one, who William Jones is. Number two, what William Jones can do. And number three, what are the things that we are applying that they don't know that we are doing. For one major example is, I want people to understand, especially the business people, the entrepreneurs, that you're not paying for the SEO. You're paying it because I'm doing it. Right? They will pay because it's you.
Correct.
Not because it's just because a lot of people can do SEO, but not a lot of people or no one can do SEO like you because it's more systematized. It's coming from a certain belief system. It's coming from a certain story that this is what I think and this is what I'm sure, and we're both sure that this is what will help people as well.
Correct.
So I want to dive into the beliefs as an entrepreneur. So one, the major bottleneck that was the breakthrough moment was money is risky. So it's like, if I have money, it's gonna be more risky. A lot of people, there's a chance that people will scam me, and maybe it's like a lot of pain anymore, and I'm sick and tired of this pain, right? Number things like people hating on me, saying negative stuff. Like we all know that. Like one example is this setup right here. It's the first time that we did it. The office is like packed with a lot of PCs and all that.
Yeah.
And we had to make this setup possible.
Yeah.
My team is also still adjusting the, the apertures, the lighting, right? And it took us like 2 hours just for the setup, right?
Yeah.
So we all know that being live is also hard before.
Yeah.
It's hard during, and it's gonna be hard after when you read the comments, right?
Yeah. But it was like, I mean, you've said this even at Power Talks. It's like one of the things that I stopped doing was having social media on my phone, because what used to happen was I had my phone every time I woke up, is right next to me, and the first thing I did was open up my messengers and look at my messages before I did anything. And so you're getting all that negativity hitting you first thing in the morning.
Exactly.
And then I had people that say, imagine a good friend going, hey, William, did you see what such and such said about you? Or here's a screenshot. And so now, I literally had to tell people at one point, I said, don't send me anything that anyone says, or otherwise I'm going to block you. I don't want it in my life whatsoever. So that's where now the phone is somewhere else. And the first thing we do is get up, meditate, gratefulness.
Love that.
And even the team, same thing. Don't touch your phone.
Yeah.
Even my wife, she knows. It's like if we're in the bed, I get really pissed off if she's on the phone. I'm like, this is our time. I'll throw the phone out the window if I got to. But
I get it. Yeah.
But yeah. So the
It's just more of planning your day to win.
Correct.
Right. So yeah, because the negativity, I think we've been talking a lot about this. In my case, because I have created we've made or uploaded around like 45,000 videos already.
Yeah.
And I don't want to compare how many haters I have. I don't know if it's different in the US, but the haters in the Philippines are also,
And my wife tells me, she's like, the SEO community, y'all seem more like a bunch of women.
Oh.
But she used a different word for it. I'll put it that way. Not a good word.
I get it.
But the thing is, it's like in SEO, it's like, you stole my method. You're stolen the way I do things and the way this happens. I'm like, the thing is, there's only one. I mean, there's only when SEO, it's the same. I told someone earlier today, I said, I've been doing SEO for 20 years, the same way, the same shit. It's not really changed. Other people change the way they do it because
it's like speaking English. Like you copy the way I speak English. Like how should I speak?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And but a lot of it, I figured they'd eventually get past it.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
Yeah.
So, and now, what was one of the funniest things? One of my biggest haters was in the Philippines. He was a Filipino influencer, and then at a conference I did a couple of years back, he was there. And I went right up to him, shook his hand, hugged him, and talked to him.
Love that, yeah.
And I was like, I know William. And we started talking, nothing at all. And since then, he's friends with me on Facebook. I'm friends with him on Facebook. We've made peace or whatever. Some of them I've made peace with and stuff, but other ones, it's like, no, Matt. And I began to understand, it's like, well, the reason why a lot of them in the States were that way towards me was, I'm the only white dude doing SEO in the Philippines, and I can offer it more affordable than they can, and they were charging higher in pricing.
Yeah.
And then they charge higher in pricing, and then they outsource it to people in the Philippines.
Exactly.
And so,
and that's what I love about you. What I love about what we do here, because what we do, it's not just because when it comes to business, a lot of people is like one-sided. I have an offer, I have to sell this offer, and this is gonna make me rich. It's like in business, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
it doesn't work that way. If I always say to people, as within, so without, as above, so below.
Yep.
So it's like as within. When I say within, you internally, but also when I say as within, it's within your team. If you want to serve more people, you have to serve your team. If you want to attract high value clients, little by little, we have to develop the team to be high value as well. That's my role here, right? That's why I'm here. And that's what I love about this, because it's not just, we are not just here talking about SEO. We are here understanding that we are offering Filipinos value and opportunity.
And that's one of the things I tell people as well, is like, when we talk to new clients, we tell them about SEO, but then I also tell them, say, And my role in the company is, yes, I lead. Yes, I also teach the SOPs. Yes, I teach the SEO, which no one else does. Most SEOs that run an agency, they don't have hands-on contact with their team. And so then on top of it, we have MJ here and myself. And I said, we also do coaching and mentorship because we're trying to develop their mindset. Because the mindset is one of the hardest things I've had to deal with when it comes to Filipinos.
And of course, it's like, I always say that how you do one thing is how you do everything. How you do one thing, how you do the small things is how you do the big things, the micro and the macro.
Yeah.
And if we won't focus on helping these people that we have here who will serve the client, at some point when we grow this agency, because this is real agency, guys.
Yeah.
Right? You will see in the background, in our live, in the content, that we really have real people here, real computers, that the people are working here, you know? Because a lot of people, I don't know if it happens in the US, I'm sure it does, that there will be people calling themselves agency, but they don't have employees.
I mean, that is generally, and that's how I got myself not necessarily in trouble, but I wound up telling people, it's like, well, this person that you're hiring thinking they have an agency, they have no agency. They have one person and the two white people that they have in the office, and that's it. And the rest of them are all Filipino. And I said, generally, some of them I've trained, and if you look on their About Us page, you'll see that their team, or who does the work, is actually usually in Bangladesh or Pakistan or the Philippines. And then, you know, they have, but the thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's a difference, though, with being with your team, living with your team, going out with your team, having a bonding with your team. There's
And
a different level.
a team,
yes, and actually building, in my mind, building a business.
Yeah, a real
Because
business.
if you actually build a real business, and then you have to go through the struggles of, yes, the taxes and the permits and everything else, but then you got to go through the real part about the business, which is actually not the hardest part, is not the paperwork and the government anymore. The real hardest part is, like you told us, like the number one thing is the self-development.
Exactly.
And if you're dealing with people, you're constantly going to have to develop people. And if you don't want to develop people, then you're not going to ever run a business, or much less a successful business.
And the thing is, the clients that you have are also businessmen.
Yep.
And if you're doing SEO and you don't have a business, you claim you have a business, but you don't have a business, it will be hard to actually help people. But on the other side, you have this perspective of what a business looks like.
Yeah.
So you know exactly what they need, which we can offer.
And that's what it's like, the some that don't like me is one thing. And I used to focus on that. Now I focus on these guys over here. I have this many of them, and they love us. And they generally, if you talk to them, they're like, the reason why I like William so much is his story, what he did when he came to the Philippines and he struggled and then he built something. And then you'll have haters literally, it's that the only reason you like William, and they try to bash me on that. But it's like, their main thing that why they stick with us, that's why I tell people, it's always the story. It's the story of how I came.
And you're still building a new story, though. You're still building a better story. Later on, we will talk about that.
Yeah.
Because you look better. I don't know if the audience, especially if you have here audience who knows you before.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if we can show pictures. We're not prepared. I hope in the future we can show pictures. Maybe if we cut this and create this into videos, we can show the before and after.
Yeah.
Like, you look better now. You look amazing. You look good, but now you look like a king. Right? Because you know. But anyway, we will dive into that. But I want to talk about the hater stuff. You know, I want to dive into that a bit. Like, share my perspective as well. Because I remember telling you when it comes to, like, I didn't tell you not to stop gambling, right? I just say it's a waste of time. Yeah. So for me, I understand that I'm not a consumer. I'm a creator.
Yeah, I even noticed just for instance, on your laptop, when you had me sign in, you'd already signed out. Most people leave their stuff signed in, and it's like, no, I'm just going live. I'm using it to produce. I'm not a consumer.
Yeah.
And most people, it's like you have Facebook signed in, you're in there, you just sit there and scroll and stuff. And I remember one of the things that attracted me to you, because the story part of it was, and you know this, and most of your audience knows it, was I went through some hurt, was a partnership, and my wife said, "Hey, go check this guy out."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, she sent it to me on Messenger, and I was just like, I didn't even respond to her. I just said thumbs up.
Yeah.
And
Because
then,
you had an experience with Filipinos before.
Yeah. And at that point, it was a joke. And I told you this. I said there were actually, I always say there were two options. In reality, is there were three options.
Yeah.
The third option being what you tried on
the
Slex. But the thing is, it's like, didn't do that. But I remember when she put you up on YouTube was, she put it up there, and she forced me to watch you.
Yeah.
And I started watching it.
Is it a huge TV?
It's like,
and
I
the
think
volume
60
is up?
something inches, and she'd volume blasting. And so I'm there watching. I was like, this guy sounds just like Tony fucking Robbins.
Mm-hmm.
And because I used to Awakening Within, Awaken the Giant Within, Unleash the Power Within. I love his stuff. But even with him, I didn't understand some of it. It's not, to me, he teaches frameworks, but it's not like Lego block frameworks. It's not like, take it down some notches so I can understand it. But you did that. And then I remember watching you, and then I started trying to, how can I get a hold of you? But one of the things that really attracted me to you was when I looked at you, I'm like, my number one things I tell people all the time is like, you are real. I know you've been through some real shit. And you've been through a lot of pain and hurt and all this other stuff. And even now to this day, when I see stuff that I know that you went through and most people don't know, it's like, I see them like, I can't complain.
Mm-hmm.
How can I complain? How can I not show up?
Yeah.
It's like your whole team did what they did. It's like, and you still show up and you still give value and you're still smiling.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you're still going. And to me, it's like we have something happen. Let's say in life, the tire you get a flat tire and you're like, the devil's after me.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just life. It's not the devil after you. Come talk to me when you've lost. I remember when I was like, man, we've been scammed out of a couple of million. And I remember hearing your stories like, when I'm 19, I was a millionaire. And by the time you were 20 something, you lost 25 million. I was like, oh my God, 25 million. And I was like, and I'm over here bitching and moaning about like a couple of million. I was like, yes, a couple of million, still a couple of million, but 25, Lord.
Yeah, because the mental framework was like, I made it, I can do it again.
Yeah.
Like, and for example, it's like I had the flat tire, for example.
Yeah.
For me, it's like I'm grateful because I wouldn't have the flat tire if I don't have a car.
Yeah.
And I'm driving a Porsche in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So it's like, even if it's a flat tire, even if it's expensive here, it's like, it's still a Porsche, you know?
So like even with the stuff we've been through, I tell our team now, it's like even with everything we've been through, even with all the hurt, even with all the pain, would I redo it again? I would still have been a partner with my old partner. I would still have my old team. I said I would have still went through it because I told her, for example, we have over here, I don't know, 4 houses or whatever. We're selling some of them, but it's like, if it wasn't for all of our team and all the crap we went through, we wouldn't have all the stuff that we have. So I'm still very grateful for it. It's like the same thing you said. It's like, yeah, okay, I have a flat tire, but at least I have a car.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are walking.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have a bike, or they have not the trike, but worse than trike, they have the bike attached to the trike and they're pedaling it in the heat. We want to bitch and moan about the little things that we go through.
Exactly.
So, and I remember asking you, one of the things I used to ask you, and I'd ask you, it's like funny watching a lot of the people that are new to Power Talk Success Blueprint coming in, they'll ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
And then you ask them, are you sure? Because you're asking, and then they'll ask you the same question in a different manner. And I used to do the same thing. I'd be like, so what do you do about the haters? And then you tell me I do nothing. I said, but what about this? And I asked the same question about the haters again and again and again. And it was the same thing. I was like, I do nothing because they're not worth my time. I do not respond to them because it's not worth my energy.
Yeah.
So now it's like, it's when I've talked to people when they mention it, it's like, honestly, I can tell you when haters are talking about because I make more money.
Yeah.
I don't waste my time with it.
And the thing is, when it comes to haters, it's for me, it's when we dig deep in the psychology of why we do what we do, which we talked about it in self mastery, right? It's like we only want to like spend a lot of time with haters if we want to try to prove something.
Yep.
But if we are secure with who we are, what we are doing, I know myself that I'm structured. I do my best every day. I show up, because it's really important for me. My success, the success that I have, I don't even assume that I'm good. I don't even assume that I'm the best. I don't know. A lot of people thinks I'm the best here in the Philippines. I don't know yet, but I will not stop trying. But the thing is, a lot of who I am, where I am who I am because I always keep my word.
Yep, and that's the
always
other
show
thing
up,
I told you that I was like even told the team. I said one thing I know. I said you're one of the few people I've seen do it. I said if MJ says don't cross this line, don't cross it, because I've seen him cut someone off. Other people I've seen say, for instance, in marketing, final offer. It's going to be this Friday, and I'm going to raise it after this Friday. Well, guess what happens? This Friday comes around and the price is still the same because they're really not telling the truth. There's no
creating urgency. Yeah.
And for me, because I was born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida, so like it's different than being a New Yorker, a Southerner. One of the things, there's two things that's important to me is like if your word's no good, you're no good.
Exactly.
Do I need a contract with you, or can I just shake your hand?
Yeah.
If I can shake your hand and know that you're going to keep your word, then that's better.
The bigger question is how much is your word? Right? Because if you value your word so much, you're gonna earn a lot of money. Right? But if you don't value your own word, it means that you don't value yourself.
Yeah, you had said something. Right? You said something the other day you posted on Facebook about integrity. Don't lose your integrity.
Don't sell.
Don't sell. Yeah, basically don't sell out. And that's a big one. And most people today, it's like I told my team the other day. I said, there was a guy I watched. It was on a reel, and he said, "What's your price?" And if you can't tell me that I cannot be bought, then you're for sale. And he said that most people, let's say, in whistleblowers, most people in life are for sale. It's like if someone comes up to you and says, if you leave MJ, I'll give you, let's say, MJ's giving you $1 million pesos a year, I'll give you 4. If you just go do this. And most people will do it.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing. It's like most people can do it, and there are very few people. That's what I told you. It means more to me is when I say, if I see someone says, don't cross this line, and I've seen them actually do it, for me, that means a lot.
Yeah, because words are powerful, and words have value.
I even remember one of the things, I had a client, and the client wasn't happy. And the client is a Filipino, and the client came to you and messaged you, and you didn't even respond to them. You just said, "Hey, this person sent this to me," and then you told me what you told me. I was like, that was a big eye opener for me as well. That's another thing where I was like, I noticed it's like most people would be trying to, well, William, you should do this and this and this and this, and telling you everything to do. And then when I told you what happened, you said, of course, you're the business owner. Why do you need to explain yourself to this person when he's trying to tell you how to run your business?
Yeah, and I think it's for me, it's like I'm more against these people who would say negative stuff about other people.
Yeah.
It's like, why would I believe the negative stuff? Yeah. It's like, instead of doubting the person, it's like I doubt the negative. It's a different mental framework, because here in the Philippines, most people who are poor, they doubt the good stuff.
Yeah.
Is he really rich? Is he really successful? Did he really do that? But when you say something negative, it's like, oh,
they believe it.
Yeah, they believe it naturally. It's normally. So it's like, if you want to go to the next level, you doubt the negative. You think about it many times to the point that it's just a waste of time. I don't want to think about
It's
that.
kind of what you said too. So in their success blueprint, as we were talking about negative, most people in life, when good things happen to us and the happy moments, we don't think about it. But when the negative things happen, when someone gets scammed me or this happened to me or I lost this, then we concentrate on that and we focus on that. And then we make the story bigger than it really is.
Yeah.
And then it affects us. And then one of the things I know you teach is how do we take the monster, the negative, and make it smaller and stop feeding it. And then instead feed the positive and blow the positive up.
Yeah.
So you're more grateful and you feel better. And, you know, instead of saying, well, it's like even with people that are negative or people that talk about you, it's like when I started listening to you, this was 2 years ago, I told him, I said, of course. I remember thinking, of course they're jealous of you. Look at your house. Look where you live at. Look at your wife. Look at what you have. Of course they're jealous of you. So why are you thinking, why are you sitting there moaning and going, why are these people jealous of me? All these haters. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
If you don't want the haters and you don't want this stuff, then go be poor.
Yeah.
Go get rid of everything. You won't have no haters again.
Be with them.
Yeah. You don't have
them.
none of that anymore. I remember one of the sayings, like, you'll like it, Kobe Bryant. They never hate the good ones. They hate the greats.
Yeah.
So if you have haters, it's because you're not just good, you're great.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah, and that's why I don't really care about haters, because for me, haters are haters. They are not even part of the market.
Yeah.
You know, I have this analogy about the basketball, right? So as businessmen, we have our own team.
Yeah.
And there will be a time that we play against another team, right?
Yeah.
So building a team, there's coaching, there's mentoring, there's practice, there's drills and all that. We do that here in Wolf Forge, by the way.
Yeah.
And that's what we love about this stuff right here, because what we have here is not just SEO. What we have is high performance SEO.
Yeah.
Right?
And that framework that you did, that's probably one of my most favorite ones. And I've even reiterated with clients, because even when the guy that I'm mentoring, I said, here's the 7 steps. I go through the whole thing, but then I also said, like, the framework with the basketball thing, I showed the team. I said one of the big ones for me was you have the basketball court and you got your team, and then you got another team, you're playing against them, and you got the fans, and then you got the coaches, and then you got the people that actually pay to cheer against you, to boo you, and then you got a fence, and you got people that can't even pay.
Yeah.
They stand outside the fence and still want to boo you or still want to cheer you on.
Those are the haters.
Yeah, and that's where I was like, I never thought about a lot of that. It's like there are people that hate on you that aren't even in the game.
Exactly.
But they still pay. You got ones that actually pay to hate on you, and you got ones that can't even pay and they still hate on you. So that was a real good one.
Yeah. And it's a good manifestation. It's a good representation, because, for example, the ring itself represents the goal.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have a goal, it's the same as saying that you're playing basketball without a ring.
Without a ring, without a direction.
Right?
Yeah.
And if you are trying to juggle many balls, it's stupid to play basketball with multiple balls.
Yeah.
Right? Another thing is you have to learn how to pass the ball. In terms of leadership, right?
And you do that a lot. It's like, I remember there are times I want to ask you, I've asked you, what should we do about this? Or I'll go to complain about something about this. And you'll say, well, what do you think you should do? It's not, okay, William, if I was in that situation, this is what I would do. It's, well, what would you do?
Yeah.
And so you give me an opportunity. Well, I should do this.
And people will say, it's like, I don't know. It's like, pretend that you know. Let's pretend. What if you know? What if you're already the future you?
Yeah. But I think a lot of that is you teaching me, because I remember asking you before and got emotional when I asked you before, was how do you begin to, because you've been through a lot of pain, you've been through a lot of trust, and this is why I asked you, is like, how do you begin to trust yourself again when you've made a lot of really bad choices when it comes to people? And then I think a lot of it's like you telling me, for example, and Rowena, it's like, well, what would you do in this situation? It's you trying to teach us you can trust yourself and how to trust yourself again.
Yeah. And I remember you, before you asked that question, I remember you asking me way back, like, the problem that you had before all this, because right now we're doing great.
Yeah.
I love what's happening here. Later on, we will share that to them. But before all this, it's like it's hard for you to trust people again.
Yeah.
It's hard for you to trust Filipinos. Essentially, just trusting people again.
I had one outside of you. I told, and Rowena knows this, I tell people all the time, I love Wing so much is because she's the only person that's ever showed me unconditional love. Not transactional love, but unconditional love. And so for me, she's been the one that's like, I don't trust anybody outside of her. So, and I told her, I said, you're the one person that's never fucked me over.
Yeah.
So, of course, I trust you. And
yeah, but it's hard to trust again, right?
Yeah.
I remember answering the question. It's not about trusting other people. It's about trusting yourself. That I trust myself so much that even if people will scam me again, I'm gonna get through it.
Yeah.
Because I've been there over and over. It's like, for example, losing millions. Like,
yeah.
It's okay. Of course, it's like it's painful if you are in that moment, right?
Yeah.
But if you reframe it properly, it's like, shit, I made $1 million already. I made millions already. I can do it again.
In other words, at least I had millions I could lose.
Exactly.
And I still have money left over.
Yeah. And
there are other people that lose millions and they have nothing left over.
Exactly. And that's why you guys have to remember that it's life doesn't happen to you. Life happens for you.
Yeah.
Talking about that, I want to dive into that because I think there's a reason why we're both here. Something magical, I don't know. There's a powerful force up above who made this happen. Because for me, it's also a challenge to have built transformational course, and Filipinos, most of them are not willing to pay for personal development. And then now I realized maybe it's like my market is not Filipinos. My market are people outside the country who would value what I do more. So, and you on the other hand, it's like having all this, and we're just starting. So diving into that, what's the tipping point for you? Like, where did the transformation happen? Because from what I've seen, even when I scroll back, to our moments before, like digital impact, how you show up, how even how you sit is different. How you talk is different.
Yeah, Rowena tells me, it's like, because I normally sit like this, and she'll tell me, even when I'm walk, I'll go like this. Now it's like, because I want to stand. He's like, I want to. And stuff. But I have a wife that believes in me and pushes me, which is amazing. Because then Warren Buffett, he says, what's the number one indicator of success is who you choose as a partner. So that's number one. Number two, and I've told the team this, and I've told your audiences, and I've mentioned it in Success Blueprint Power Talks before, it's like sometimes you just need someone that believes in you, that sees. I remember you told me, it's like, I don't judge you for what you've done. I don't judge you for where you're at. I see you for where you could be.
Yeah.
And so for me, I remember even at Digital Impact, the team put together the video at last minute and everything. And then you came in there, and my favorite story to this day, even when you told it, is the Buddha story. And I remember sitting there with Wing, and we just crying. And it's like, having someone that actually understands what it means. Because most people, I run an agency. And it's like, you don't run an agency. Don't talk to me about running an agency. Because you don't have nobody to talk to in the agency world that actually I can talk to and not feel like I'm going to be judged and actually understand where I've been through. I remember when you tell the story, it's like, what it's like to go through what we've went through. So for me, it's like the tipping point. Why did we change? Like back then at Digital Impact, I was 156 kilos or whatever.
Wow.
And so now I'm at 115 kilo. So lost almost 100 pounds. But the thing is, and that didn't happen because it was like, hey, William, you're fat. You need to go lose weight. hey, you should eat less or anything like that. It was, hey, I think next time we speak together, you're going to have lost some weight and you're going to be in that pinstripe suit you want.
Yeah.
That's all. It wasn't pressure or anything like that. It was belief. I was like, oh, this person sees me and what I want. Maybe it is possible. And then it wasn't like it happened.
Yeah.
It kind of happened overnight, but it was like, start walking, start eating a little bit better. And then I didn't start exercising every day until I came to Manila in October. And then we came in Manila in probably July, I believe it was, so 7 months or so ago. But the thing is, that's when I started working out and really getting in shape and really lifting weights and all that. But it was more of my wife believes in me and she's always believed in me. And then having you, it's like believe in me. I even told you it's like the story of the movie As Good as It Gets. It's like where Nicholas tells the waiter, why do I have a relationship with you? Like my wife pushes me to be a better man. And then I have a mentor that pushes me to be a better man, a better leader, a better boss, a better person, and teaches me that, for example, this is what is possible.
Yeah.
What you think is possible is like, even now, it's like, I know how much money we've done in the past with just me and my wife, and we didn't have the systems, we didn't have the mentorship, we didn't have all the stuff. And now you have the mentor, you have the systems, and you have the better company and the better team. How much more do you think this can be magnified?
Exactly.
So we're really excited with what's happening in the company. It's why I have people say, well, why did you get rid of the old company? It's like, because that was the old version. This is a new thing.
Yeah.
This is a new version. Why should I keep the old thing around
Exactly.
when that doesn't represent us anymore? It's not who we are. It's not what we stand for. This is the old stuff. And a lot of our clients, when they get on the phone, they said the new ones and stuff, they're like, the whole system, the way we run it, from selling them to onboarding them to how they're treated is totally different. They're like, this is not like other agencies I've dealt with. You know, you run an actual business. It's like, yeah, well,
because it's made from all the challenges in the past.
Yeah.
And we understand how it feels to be an entrepreneur, to be a leader. It's like one of the major reasons why I talked to you that day in Digital Impact was, number one, it's always, for me, in my perspective as a leader, as a coach, as a mentor, it's like I will only look at your past for me to understand and recognize the patterns, why you do what you do now. So I know the patterns we have to break.
Yeah.
You know, I know the patterns when it comes to money. It's like I can read that. I know the patterns when it comes to like self-worth and waking up early and then haters and all that. It's like, okay, I know where this is coming from. It's like there's a formula for it, right? But whenever I see you, I see someone, it's like I don't see the past. I don't even see the now. I see the future.
Yeah.
I see the potentials. Like, I think William doesn't know. Or even if he knows, maybe he's like, he don't acknowledge it anymore. It's like a tall guy. He looks good. He had a lot of potential. He have a wonderful wife. And it's like he can be like all powerful on stage. I remember talking to you before stage. Like, do you need help? Do you need to? We can meditate before you go to stage. Like, we can meditate. I can like prime you to be like powerful and all that, because you said, no, I'm good, right?
Yeah.
But now, even if without the meditation and stuff, without the priming, you talk better.
Yeah.
I think the team would agree that it's like more energetic, you know. It's the body language is different, how you talk is different, how you look, and how you even see people is different now.
Yeah.
So how does that translate? Because this is massive, you know, losing 100 pounds. It's like losing one Filipino in your body, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
You get to
100 pounds is like one Filipino already, you know.
Yeah, you get to the point, it's like, so now how does it translate into personal life, business life, is I now know my value. So I had someone yesterday, they wrote me, they wanted the pricing for SEO. And they said, and I sent them the pricing, and they said, man, your prices have quadrupled. And I didn't respond back trying to explain the pricing or trying to justify the pricing. I just responded back and I said, and so has our value that we deliver. You know, and it's quadrupled compared to what you got before.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you a discount. If you want a discount, go somewhere else. Like I take people all the time, and you'll take them from a $200 or $500 package to anywhere from a $15,000 to $3,000 package, only because it's like Rowena has told me all the time, you need to raise your prices. And I'll come to you, listen to you in Power Talks, and I'll hear you say certain things. I was like, I'm going to raise the prices and do some different things, structures and things. And then that's when I started changing pricing and coming up with different packages and then seeing the results. And
Exactly.
It's like, I have a guy right now, I just sent an invoice and said, pray it happens. I told my team, it's almost $5,000 invoice. That's a one-time, that's a one-time thing.
Yeah.
And then I have another one that's probably taken from like $1,000 a month to like $1,800 a month. And then once he gets to a certain point, he wants to do the $3,000 a month. But the thing is, before it was like, I used to think it'd be like, who's going to buy SEO for me, emphasizing me, little old me.
Yeah.
For anything, I used to sell it for $250 a month. $500 a month was like, oh my God, I can't believe this.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, no, I won't charge less than $1,500 a month. You want me involved is $3,000. But the thing is, that comes with knowing your value. And my wife, you know, Wings always said, you have 20 years of SEO experience. Why are you doing it so damn cheap? There's no reason. Yes, and I tell me, yes, you can get it cheaper from someone else. You can get a cheap tattoo as well if you want. And it's going to look like shit.
And it's not like a lot of entrepreneurs don't understand that people are not paying for your product. They are paying for you.
Yeah.
You are the business. You are the culture.
Correct.
Right? So it's like, especially if we're talking about services type of business, they are buying a piece of you.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you sell a piece of you for a low price? Right?
Yep. And the ones that actually like adore us, like I remember Daenerys, our customer rep, she put, hey, what's his name wants to talk to you. And then we get on the phone and we talk for 45 minutes or so, and probably 40 minutes of it was just about stuff, life. It wasn't about nothing. It was about living in the Philippines, Filipino women, his son, because his son's like 20 something, and just life. He likes riding motorcycles and stuff, and he's a cool guy. California, his name's Chris. And 5 minutes worth talking about business. That's it. And most of the ones that I talked to, like I got on the phone today with Jeremiah Weaver, and he's the same way. We talk about he's got a family, he's got a wife and some boys, and how he wants to build a legacy for them, and we talk about that. And then a little bit is about strategy and business. It's not much about business and strategy. It's just he knows that we can do
because the thing is, we do business because of life.
Yeah.
We play the game of life, you know. It's just business is part of our life. But the thing is, we are here to improve our lives, to improve the lives of people. That is why we love talking about life, about family. It's like, why do you want to build a business? Because of your family, because you want to feed your family, because you want to offer people opportunities. Like in this case, in Wolfforge, for example, people have to understand that when your clients pay, they're not paying the forge itself. They're not just paying you as well.
Yeah.
It's like the team right here has their own families.
Yep.
They have their own goals. So it's like, it's at the end of the day, it's all about life.
Yeah, we even, because I went back through, starting today, I went back through day one again, and one of the things is like, I remember he's like, who do you need to become? And then why do you want to do that? And what's your goal? Why do you want to do it? And one of the things I wrote, and I've told this, and Wing knows this, it's like, because I want to leave the world a better place than I found it. And I tell my son and everybody, it's like, because you can have all the money in the world, but what are you going to do with that money? How are you going to make the world a better place? How are you going to affect other people? If you're not affecting other people, then it's waste.
Yeah.
You know, I remember you said you talk about platinums. We're going to wind up eventually doing a charity, and me and Lynn and Wing have talked about before doing orphanage, and we always like during Ramadan we help people and do different things, and we always want to do that. Even whenever the typhoon went through where we were living at before, we help people and stuff of that nature. We're not the guys that go out and video record each other doing it, but it's just let's go out and we'll go to the store, buy rice and soap and stuff like that, and then put them in bags and go give them away and stuff like that. So we always want to do that. It's not just gimme, 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 because you can go gimme, 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 but if that's all you are, then what winds up happening is life will wind up taking it away from you as well. So for me, it's like if you're open-handed,
Yeah.
then it just flows.
Yeah, I
It's
remember my mom telling me that how do you receive blessings, right? So blessings are here.
Yep.
Most people will do this. If you do this, you can't receive anymore.
Yep.
If you do this, you're gonna receive. But here's the catch. If your hands are open, it's gonna flow.
Yeah.
For some, it may look like they're losing blessings. But you're not losing the blessings. Like when the blessings flows here, other people will also benefit from it.
Correct.
But since your hands are always open, your palms are always open, you will receive and receive and receive more blessings. That's why it's like always like this. And this is love for me. This is love. And I love that idea because what we don't realize and what you don't realize is when you know your value, the people around you will know their value as well.
Correct.
It creates, again, it's as above, so below. So that's why my main focus is like if I want to create impact in digital impact, I have to focus on the big boss.
Yeah. I remember even telling the team, I said the same thing as I tell them is like, if you can make 100,000, then you can make 200, and you can make 400, and you can make 1,000,000. I said, you think the same thing with us? I said, I told them, so you think my belief isn't challenged? I said, MJ comes in and says, 1 billion. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, just like, what? I mean, just give me 1 million. I'm not greedy. But I'm like, in my mind, it's like, no, your belief, raise it up. This is where you were at before. Yeah. You want to go back to where you were at before? In a better version of yourself, and you're minimizing. Okay, and a better version of yourself, you just want to go back to where you were at.
Yeah.
In the worst version of you.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like a lot of people don't realize that they lose the money not because of the money itself, but because they don't have the capacity.
Yep.
To handle the money.
So I remember you asked me, you said, what's your budget? And I always looked at my bank account, but I was like, what budget? It's a waste. Why have a budget? And it's like, because money comes and money goes and this and that. But now I go, oh, so if I'm not aware of, and Wing has always been this way. It's like, where does every peso go? I want to know where every peso's at. And okay, I'm not that way. But the thing is, by not being that way, okay, well, God can go, well, why am I going to trust you with more if you're not accountable for what you have, and you don't know where it's going, and you don't know how to multiply it. So why am I going to give you more? Matter of fact, I'll probably take what you have away and give it to someone that does know how to handle it and does have the capacity to grow it. So now it's like we look at it as like, okay,
or he takes it away, so you pay attention.
Yeah. So now it's like we look at everything. It's like, where does this go? Do we really need this tool? Do we need this subscription? Do we need to do this? Do we really need that?
Yeah.
And so what's our goal as far as the houses? Okay, get rid of this, do this, so we can do this. Because we have goals and dreams. It's like, when are we going to be out of debt? All this stuff. So we're more aware of where everything's at, so we can have the capacity to have.
That's why I'm really excited now, because I firmly believe that all the things that happened in the past, to you, to your family, it's like this is building who he is now.
Yeah.
He's building his capacity to handle stress, to handle people, to handle emotions. This will challenge the beliefs, right? Because you have, if you are moving towards a new chapter in your life, you cannot carry the old you. You really have to transform.
Even Rowena, because we start recognizing our patterns. And it's one of the benefits. Like I know John and Jenna is friends of ours in your community too. They're the same way. It's like because you have a power couple, like me and her, she'll notice I do something and she's like, we need to change that. You're being negative about this. You need to reckon, and she'll use the words like you. That's a pattern. You need to stop it. You know, you're being ungrateful. This person does this for you, and you're complaining. So then, because you have someone in your life that says that a lot to you, not just you, but then my wife, it's like, okay, I can't be that way, because if I'm that way,
Yeah.
you know, it can't happen.
Yeah, exactly. So meaning the transformation is like in losing 100 pounds.
Yeah.
It's like also losing 100 pounds of negativity and toxicity, right?
Yeah, all that stuff. And then what, 7 months ago, and we look back on the picture, I forget. My wife was 70 something kilos, and now she's I don't know, she's lost probably 15 kilo or something like that.
That is why when you say 156 kilograms before, it's like you are three Filipinos on top of each other, you know?
Yeah, and it's like, she's lost it, but we didn't even recognize us like how big you got. So I remember when I first came here 7 months ago, I have a picture of it on my phone, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I was fat as shit. And then I look now, it's like, and when I go work out in the gym and stuff, I'm like, I look good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I look good, you know, and stuff. And I'm happy before when I lost, because I've lost weight almost all my life. And I remember before it was like I would lose the weight and I worked out and I was still skinny and still quote unquote in shape, but I always saw the fat William. And now when I go to the gym and when I'm working out, I go, I look good. And it's like, and I'm like, I'm proud of what I've accomplished. And this time it's been so much, for me, it seems easier. And even when Rowena's told me, she's like, man, the hardest part, and people normally say this, the hardest part about losing weight is, or dieting is hard. And so now my response to that, and I've told her and told other people, it's not hard, you're just not in enough pain to change.
Yeah.
And so for me anymore, it's like the dieting aspect of it's so much easier. Yeah. Before I used to think, for example, carbs were bad,
and that's proof that you're expanding.
Yeah,
because the things that are hard are easy to you now. And I always say to people that it's not about, yes, we want to put people in the peak state, but what is your normal state?
Yeah.
Because my normal state is like peak state for most people, you know. So it's like your normal is like I have discipline. Right? Your normal now is like I love myself. It's like when I look at the mirror, it's like shit, I look good.
Yeah, it's like, was it yesterday? Because I wasn't feeling good. I was at home sleeping, and I'm joking, but I'm not joking. When Lynn got me up, you know, Lynn's coming to the door. I'm like, someone knocking on my door? And I was in there with a migraine, and I'm like, I get up. She's like, sir, MJ needs you at the office. It's an emergency. And I'm like, emergency? And then I look at my phone. I'm like, Wing's not saying it's an emergency. MJ's not saying emergency, but Lynn says it's an emergency. And I was like, yes, let's go. And got dressed, and I'm sure going, like, I get there, I was like, thinking like it's going to be an emergency or something. I was like, oh, hey, how are you doing? And I was like, doing great. What's the emergency? It's like, no, we just need a meeting. But I got up, even though I'm not feeling good, and I'm like, and I normally wouldn't do it. It's probably the first time I did it. I was like, you know, hit myself and was like, yes.
Yeah.
And I remember before when I had a situation and I had to speak and I had someone tell me I owed certain people a bunch of money and I had to pay them to get it. Imagine them telling you that, have to handle it, ain't got it, not like I used to at the time. And to get into the state of, hey, I need to speak. I mean, if you think I cuss now, that was everybody thought I was really angry and off because the whole time I'm saying F this, F that, F this, every few words I was cussing. But the thing is, just to be able to speak, I listened to Nicki Minaj or Cardi B, and then I listened to Tony Robbins. And to
My
get
anaconda don't.
Yeah.
My anaconda don't. Right?
And then I listened to Tony just to go to get my mind in the state where I can go, okay, I got to speak.
Yeah.
Because the person had told me all this right before I had to speak. And I was like, couldn't you have just, I mean, even if it was bad news, just wait till after I'm just speaking.
Yeah.
Have the courtesy. And it's like, I didn't even want to speak, but I still got up and spoke and everything else.
Yeah, right now it's
I let
Ramadan.
it all out.
Right now it's Ramadan and you're
Yeah.
working hard. You're even working out, right?
Yeah.
And that's what it means to show up, guys. If you want to be successful, just show up. Like right now, one example is my I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but my eyes are swelling, guys. Like this eye right here. It's a good thing that I'm Asian, you know, I'm Filipino. So it's like I have just have to like adjust the left eye a little bit so you don't see that. But this one's swelling right now. But again, we made a deal. I said there will be a live tonight, and maybe it's morning in the US. That's just keeping your word. Because for me, my words are priceless. I have to keep my word. I will keep my word.
Yeah.
Because I am where I am right now because of my word.
Yep.
Right? Because you are showing up. And that's what I love about this, you know. It's like people have to understand this is not just SEO. This is beyond SEO.
That's what I mean. You've even told me before. It's like there's little things that I know that mean a lot to you. It's like that we come to power talks. Except now it's Ramadan, but normally it's like I remember you telling me to say thank you for being committed and showing up.
Yeah.
It's like there was a time our old staff told me thought it was a different day, and I didn't know it was actually one I could come to. Then I found out it was one I was come to at 7:30, 8 o'clock. We're driving an hour flying to get there just to get there and stuff. Why? Because we wanted to be there. Because it's the commitment. It's like how you do one thing, you do it everything.
Exactly my point.
If I go make an excuse for this thing, then guess what? You'll make an excuse about the gym, and you'll make an excuse about this, and you'll make an excuse about this area and everything else.
Yeah.
If you make an excuse about this, well, then when you walk out of the store realizing you haven't paid for something, you'll make an excuse for that too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if you are committed and don't do that, then when you realize certain things like that, you'll walk back in the store and you'll take care of it instead of making excuses. So
all right, so I think it's about more than an hour live. We created so much value, but you want to check, do we have comments? You have comments? You can see it there. Can we check the comments in Facebook? Maybe if we have. Do we have comments, Ma'am Rowena? Yeah. Oh, you look good in this live, guys. Oh shit, they also look good.
Yeah, 112 comments.
All right, so let's read the comments now. Adrian said, agree, looks sexy and younger. In shape, more muscular. Are you talking about me? Are you talking about William? You have to have clarity, Adrian, okay? Is it me or is it William? Because both. Oh, thank you, Mom, for including me.
Yeah, I remember one of the things which is funny, that her mother used to say when I lost the weight before, she said, you look older. She's like, don't lose too much weight because I don't want you to look old. Because I did. If you look back at one of the pictures, when I first arrived here during COVID, I looked older.
Yeah, you look younger now.
And that's what it is. Like now you look younger and stuff. Yeah, it's like I have people all the time. It's like, how old are you? And I tell them, it's like, and she said, well, how old do you think I am? And they're like, 30 something. I was like, no, I'm not 30 something. But thank you. I'll take that. Yeah. I'm 30 something. I'll tell Wing, it's like she said I'm 30 something years old.
Does she get jealous?
Yeah, she will. But
yeah.
I love it. It's like I've had, and most people know, it's like I had a wife before. My first wife was not jealous of me. So my first wife, you never went into this part of the story, but my first wife, I did tell you some things. She was the type of person that says, I need more than one person, but she's also the type of person, she's like, imagine having a wife that goes, hey, William, go be with other people. wants you to. So I never knew my value in that aspect as well. And now I have a wife that is jealous of me in that sense, which makes me go, oh,
She wants me. Yeah.
she wants me. I'm valuable. I am loved. I am worthy. I am all those things. And now that also pushes that into me. So, I think about that. But I love being complimented. It makes you feel good when people, it's like, even when I come to Power Talk, she's like, I remember when I first started coming, it's like, hey, Pogi, you're looking good and stuff like that. And I had other people tell me the same thing. I was like,
Yeah, it's because
other
it's
people
real,
notice
it's
yeah.
For me, it's like, of course, it's how you look, how you stand, how you talk, how you dress. It's like when you wear fit clothes, like, I can already imagine after the surgery, right? It's like,
Yeah.
it's you look even better than I imagined.
Yeah.
Because I have this version of you on stage. I have this version of you on stage in your pinstripe suits because I know you're tall,
Yeah.
But when I see you, like the first time I see you, like wear, something fits, like, this is better than I expected,
Yeah, Wayne called. He says if you ever watch, there's a series called Jack Reacher.
Oh yeah,
She's
so
like,
Jack
yeah.
Reacher,
She told me all the time. She said, "You look like Jack Reacher." And I said, "No, I don't. I mean, he's like 7 foot tall. I'm barely 6 foot." She's like, his build,
Yeah, the proportions,
his
the proportions.
proportions. Even I told her, I was like, like she'll go, well, I think Isaiah can wear that suit. I said, he can't wear that suit because he's broad shouldered like me. So with us, it's like broad shoulder. I mean, I got to get a wider suit up top, even if it fits.
But sometimes it's longer.
Waist. Yeah.
Sometimes longer. Yeah.
So that's what it's like. I need
bespoke.
a bespoke suit
Yeah.
because I need it to fit me in all areas, and so
Yeah,
but
you guys, you wait for that. We're gonna create again. William Jones will create more content, more value, share more stories with you guys. And the good part here is this is just the start. Because I always tell people that you're not here to listen to my story. You are here to create your own. William
Yes.
Jones is creating his own story here. I'm also inspired to be here. I'm so happy. There's a lot of things we can share with you. But the thing is, I want William to say, to answer this question before we end the live, because this is a lot of time already.
Yeah.
And we want to share more value with you guys, but at least you have more things to expect, because we will do a lot of things tonight. But here's the idea, guys. Here's the question for William. Because I can already see this. I can see Wolf Forge, it's like not just US, international. I see myself with it as well. I see myself, I see you with me as well, serving in Power Talks.
Yep.
I'm not talking about Power Talks Philippines. I'm talking about Power Talks in other countries as well.
Yes.
It has been our dream with Jeff. Jeff knows this. I see. It's like you've been mentioning like Dubai. I think we're gonna go there, not to live there, but to just have events in there as well, to serve Filipinos and people with what we do. Right? I see that. I can feel that. Right?
Yeah.
I'm in that energy right now. I'm in that space right now. That's why I'm like this. I see that, but I want to see your perspective. I want to know. I want you to share this with the audience as if you want them to see as well. What's the future of Wolf Forge?
So for me, it's not just about the money. It's the money just gives us the options. And the options is the main thing. What I want to accomplish is I want to see, number one, my team having the lifestyle that they deserve. Not need, but deserve.
Mm-hmm.
And then number two, when we can do that, then we can help other people.
Yeah. So I want to dive into the team first, because a few of your team is here supporting. I guess some of them are in the live listening right now. So it's like, can you share with me, what do you mean with, the life that they deserve? What do you see?
Yeah. So for me, like for instance, the ones that, and I don't mean to pick on them specifically, but it's ones I relate to because I am a married man. I do have kids. Lorenzo and Nardo. Like Nards, for example, he used to live in Denaga Island, and he moved his family to be with us to Surigao. And then he came to Manila to be with us, and he has a wife and a kid. Lorenzo has a wife and 2 kids. And so for me, what I want to be able to do is like, I want to be able to say, you know, for instance, with Lorenzo, be like, wouldn't it be nice to not have to worry about, do you got the money to pay for rent? And I'm not talking about rent like a boarding house, 5,000 pesos. I'm talking about, I want to live in BF Homes and pay 40,000 pesos. Or maybe be able to get your own place. Or maybe they'll have an option to send your kids to a private school.
Yeah.
And instead of the province.
How would that feel for
you
you?
know,
It's like,
for me, that means more than anything. I said, I would love to be able, me and Wing both would love to be able to go, for example, let's go buy the lot. Let's see you buy the lot together. Let's
let's
you
go to
sign the contract.
subdivisions. Yeah. Let's
And
go some
see
tripping.
let's see you go to, we're going to take you to the airport to pick up your family, Lorenzo or Nards. And same thing with, you know, Lynn. Like, for example, Lynn's been with us for 6 years.
Yeah.
So for me, the reason why it's the team that we have now too is they're the ones that have been committed. They're the ones that have been faithful. They're the ones a lot of times that have seen everything and still are with us.
Yeah.
And they have also made their own sacrifices by coming here to be with us in Manila and choosing. They don't have to choose it.
But we need a bigger office, Ma'am Weng. Because of the parking, I'm gonna park my G-Wagon. And he's gonna park his Audi. You know, and Len is gonna park his Civic. And Lorenzo's gonna park his airplane, you know? And Adrian's gonna park his helicopter, right? Yeah. But the thing is, I have seen that in you because, you know, I love that part, you know, that right now you're already helping them, you know.
Yeah.
You're already doing that. And it's good to see that as well. Because I can already visualize not just them but you per se. It's like you're coming from a different emotions.
Yeah.
It's like it's different when you try to help people. I know you've been helping. I know you have a big heart. But the thing is, it's like it's different if we help people because we want to prove something.
Yeah.
Versus we are helping people. We are helping our team now because they deserve it.
Yep.
And we know that we just want to help. You know, it's a different space now. It's like the gratitude is overflowing, and I love that energy because we are building this culture and energy here in the Forge right now, and I can feel it. The team can feel it as well. I'm seeing the goals there, more personalized.
Yeah.
And I would love to see them achieve their goals, and more importantly, I would love to see you see them achieve the goals because it's gonna be different. It's like I want you to feel how it felt like for me to see you lose weight. You know, to see you love yourself or fall in love with yourself, you know. I want you to get this feeling of massive fulfillment that I'm part of that, you know, even if it's a little, I'm part of that thing. Like he is now so confident. He values himself. He knows his value, right?
Yep.
So it's like when I see that in you, I already see that, but when it happened to the team as well, you know, if you see them buying their house, their car, it's like we're gonna have another dinner and you're gonna say, oh, now I understand.
Yep.
Now I understand why you show up. Now I understand why you do what you do.
Yep.
And I want you to be in that space. And of course, Brian, ang sad ng mata ko, namamagay isa. But how about the clients as well? You know, because
I mean, the clients is the same thing because now they see the transformation and everything that I've been through. Because a lot of them have been following me for some for months and many for years. Like Harry's been following me for years, Matt's been following me for years, several of them is years, and they see the transformation. And so for me, I have the ability now, out of what I have, to help them.
I get it.
And so I want to, it's not just, hey, give me money to do the SEO. When I'm on phone calls with them, I'm talking about, you know, what type of legacy they want to leave, how are their kids, you know, and when are you going to come over here to the Philippines? And I have some that are actually going to become, one's going to become in September, another one's going to be coming in probably in October and stuff like that. So we have the ability to help them become the best version of themselves.
And we actually have a vision that at some point, I don't want to leak this, but I want to share, get it out there so that everybody knows that we have this vision. So that when it happened, we have proof right here
Yeah.
that we're gonna have events. We're gonna hold like our own power talks.
Yeah.
That we will invite not just Filipinos, but we will invite your clients, you guys. I'm gonna see you guys soon. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I mean, I've mentioned that to them too, is because when I'm on phone calls with them, I've told them, so I always mention, I said, my mentor MJ, and behind me, they have my box with Success Blueprint and Mastery. And he said, yeah, I've been watching it. It's really good. And I said, and he's coming out with, I said, no, you don't understand Tagalog. I don't understand it as much either. I said, but his entire book is actually in English. So you don't even, if you can't do the course, the videos, which I can understand a lot of it, you can still do the book. But his new course, when actually he does the new version 2.0, is 100% English.
Yeah.
And I said, so now you'll be able to have my mentor. And so I think you really need to get involved with it, and it's affordable. And for them in the States, I mean, the prices you charge for the course is like, it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the average, like an SEO course, most of them are around $1,500, 75,000 pesos or so, for a 7-day course.
Yeah.
That is not going to help you except strategy, and that's it. And then a new one comes along, guess what? You got to buy another course.
Yeah. That is why I love what we do here, because at some point we're going to build relationship with your clients as well. It's like, that's why I always tell people, I'm going to tell it in this live, that this is beyond SEO. Beyond, it's relationship, it's success, it's personal development, it's mastery, all in all.
Correct.
That we're not just here to help you rank in the Google. We will help you build and operate your business. And more importantly, we will help you expand yourself so you can actually handle all the things that can happen. Because I'm here to tell you guys, great things will happen soon. Great things will happen soon. So thank you for having me in your live.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. So your message to the audience.
Jeremy Weaver. Hey, Jeremy. I actually spoke with Jeremy earlier today. And remember, I told Jeremy, for example, it's like, don't say you can't afford something. Say, how can you afford something? So, and even with Jeremy, it's like he's got his boys and his wife, and they're growing their business together, and they work together. And I told, if my wife and me were there, you and her would be best friends, because she's just like you. She buys furniture, and she flips it and does new upholstery and stuff. And I just told him, said, you remind me of, they remind me a lot of my marriage with Rowena, because when we're in the States, we used to go dumpster diving, get things out of the dumpster, flip it, sell it, go deliver it and stuff. And they do a lot of the same stuff. So, but so I mean, I'm going to be going live a lot, and we're going to be producing a lot of content and value. And I used to go live, I know that, but I'm going to start going live again, doing not just SEO, but also...
To those of you who wants to see William live more and more, say yes in the comment section, guys. I want to know, because I want to get accountability from William as well, because I want him to go live. But the thing is, I want you guys to also see the value in what we do and what he does. Because I want him to go live every day, and at some point we will do more of this. Rest assured that we will produce content as well. Us together. If you want that, say yes in the comment section. If you love what we do here, say yes in the comment section. I want to know, because if you don't love this, I don't care. But we will still do it. But anyway, so guys, say yes in the comment section. I want to know.
Yeah, and this time around is like before, is just about SEO. And like I said, this time around when we're doing live, it's not just going to be SEO. It's going to be about life, business, mentorship, health, relationships. It's all the whole
the
package.
Wheel of Life, So thank you so much, guys, for watching this live session. And by the way, we're gonna close this live, right?
Yes, sir.
So we're closing this live.
Appreciate it, guys.
So William Jones in the house, yo. William Jones, the founder of Full Forge, here to serve you guys. And by the way, my name is MC Lopez, and he's William Jones. And always remember that everything good starts with S. And yes, my name is MC Lopez, and your name is
William Jones.
See you soon. Thank you! Right, isa pa. Isa pa.